Imagine this, it's 8:17 p.m. You're staring at your phone, scrolling, lost in a world of light, noise, and connection. Then everything goes dark, not a flicker, not a glitch, not a temporary blackout. Silence. Your screen dies in your hand, the lights vanish. The hum of electricity, the invisible force that powers modern life, simply stops. Across the planet, billions of people look up at the same moment, confused, disoriented, afraid. No internet, no satellites, no power grids, nothing. Now ask yourself, what if electricity didn't come back, not for an hour, not for a day, but for an entire year? Scenario explanation: this isn't just a blackout. This is the complete and total loss of electrical power across Earth. Every grid, every backup system, every generator, gone, no batteries, no solar panels, no hidden reserves. For one full year, humanity is forced back into a world without electric power. A world we haven't known for over a century. At first, it sounds survivable. After all, humans lived without electricity before, right? But here's the truth. We didn't just add electricity to our lives. We rebuilt civilization around it. And removing it doesn't take us back in time. It breaks the system entirely. The core element, electricity, and its role, electricity, is not just convenience. It is the backbone of modern civilization. It powers communication, transportation, healthcare, food production, water distribution, security, finance. It's the invisible thread connecting everything. Without it, systems don't just slow down, they collapse, because today's world is not designed to function without constant electrical flow. Even things that seem manual aren't. Water, pumped electrically. Fuel, extracted and distributed electrically. Food, stored, transported, preserved electrically. Electricity is not a tool, it's the environment we live in, and suddenly it's gone. Day one, the silence, the first 24 hours feels surreal. At first, people assume it's temporary. A massive outage, a glitch, a cyber attack, phones are checked, dead, cars with electronic ignition systems, useless. Planes in the air begin emergency descents. Air traffic control is blind. Some pilots land safely, others don't. Cities fall into darkness, no streetlights, no traffic signals, no emergency services communication. Hospitals switch to backup generators, but even those rely on electronic systems and most fail within hours. Life support systems stop. Surgeries halt mid-procedure. In homes, refrigerators begin to warm. Food starts to spoil. Water stops flowing in high-rise buildings because pumps no longer work. The silence grows, and with it, fear. Week 1 collapse begins. By the end of the first week, reality sets in. This is not coming back anytime soon. Supermarkets are emptied within days. Supply chains have completely stopped. No trucks, no logistics systems, no payment networks. Cash becomes king briefly, then useless. Because there's nothing left to buy, water becomes the most valuable resource. Cities begin to suffer first. Millions of people packed together with no power, no clean water, no organized food distribution. Sanitation systems fail. Waste accumulates. Disease begins to spread. Hospitals are overwhelmed, without power, without medicine, without communication. Governments attempt to respond, but coordination without electricity is painfully slow. Information travels by word of mouth. Rumors spread faster than truth, and panic begins to take hold. Comparison past vs present, some might say. Humans lived without electricity before. Why not now? But that world was completely different. In the 1800s, societies were built around local resources. Food was grown nearby. Water was manually sourced. Communities were smaller and more self-sufficient. Today, megacities depend on constant inflow. Millions rely on systems they cannot see or replace. We didn't just lose electricity, we lost the infrastructure of survival. Month 1, society fractures. After 1 month, the world changes completely. Urban areas become increasingly dangerous. Without police coordination, law enforcement weakens. Looting turns into organized survival. People begin leaving cities in massive numbers. Highways fill with abandoned vehicles. Most modern cars cannot function without electronics, so people walk, carrying whatever they can, searching for water, for food, for safety. Rural areas become overwhelmed. Resources stretch thin. Communities begin to close themselves off. Trust becomes rare. Because desperation changes people. Month 3, global consequences. 3 months in, the global system has collapsed. International trade is gone. Ports are silent. Factories are dead. Fuel production has stopped. Even if you had fuel, distributing it is nearly impossible. Agriculture suffers massively. Modern farming relies on machinery. Irrigation systems fail. Crop yields plummet. Food shortages turn into famine. Entire regions begin to face starvation. Meanwhile, nuclear power plants, designed with safety systems, begin to fail without long-term cooling. Some enter meltdown, radiation zones emerge, not everywhere, but enough to make survival even harder. Human adaptation survival mode, but humans don't just collapse, they adapt. Small communities begin to reorganize. Local farming returns. Manual tools become valuable again, skills matter more than money. Doctors, farmers, builders, people who can create, fix, and grow. Knowledge becomes survival. Barter systems emerge, food for labor. Water for protection. Slowly, a new kind of society begins to form, not global, not connected, but local, fragmented. Humanity shrinks not just in population, but in complexity. Month 6, a new world. Half a year in, the world is unrecognizable. Night skies are filled with stars again. No light pollution, no glowing cities, just darkness and silence. The internet is a memory. Satellites drift uselessly in orbit. Global communication is gone, entire generations disconnected. Some areas stabilize, others collapse entirely. Population declines become significant. Not from a single event, but from a chain reaction, lack of food, lack of medicine, lack of clean water. The world becomes quieter, slower, harsher. Year 1, the turning point. After 1 full year, something incredible happens. Humanity survives, not as before, but still here. Communities that adapted begin to thrive in small ways. Agriculture improves manually. Local trade networks form. People relearn forgotten skills. Fire making, food preservation. Tool crafting. A new balance begins to emerge, but the cost was enormous. Billions of lives disrupted. Millions lost. Civilization as we knew it gone. The return of electricity. WHAT then? Now imagine this. After 1 year, electricity suddenly returns. Lights flicker back on, machines hum to life, systems reboot. What happens next? Would we rebuild the same world, or something different? Would people trust the system again, or fear its fragility? Because now humanity knows something it didn't before, that everything we built can disappear overnight. Bigger picture, electricity feels permanent, reliable, invisible, but this scenario reveals a deeper truth. Modern civilization is not as stable as it seems. It's a delicate network. A balance of systems that must all work all the time. Remove one piece and everything unravels. This isn't just a story about power. It's a story about dependence, about how far we've come and how vulnerable that progress truly is. So now, think about this. If losing electricity for 1 year could nearly collapse humanity, what would happen if we lost something even more fundamental? Something we rely on without even realizing it, and this time, there's no way to bring it back. What if that disappeared next?